Hi guys, I'm Multinato and thank you for buying my 3D logo build. In this tutorial I'm going to explain how to change your logo and how to change colors for all the versions that I've included in this template, and how to change some lines and effects that I've included in this template. For this tutorial I'm going to work mostly in quarter quality because it's faster to work with. Okay, when you open the project, you won't see the Envato logo here. You'll see just the Edit Me, Final, and Under the Hood. Under the Hood folder is basically all the stuff that I had to do to create this template. In the final folder, you'll see option 1 and option 2. I'm going to be showing option 1. And as you can see in option 1, you have color control options here. And all of these options edit option 1 color options, and if you see option 2 color control just has these because these are the vignette and the flare options here. So mostly all the option 1 edit colors you'll edit them here and they'll edit automatically on option 2, except for the vignette frame color, opacity, intensity, and color change, which are these last ones over here, which if you decide to use option 2 and you want to change something there, you have to use these to change for this one. But besides these options, all the color options are included over here. So that is basically the color control. I'll go through in a few minutes. For now, what you have to do is you have to decide what your logo is going to look like and what your slogan is going to look like. So as for the logo, I created this logo for this effect, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create the Envato logo here. I'm just going to scale that up. And if you're using a vector file, please don't forget to use the collapse transformation option here, which shows the high quality. And I'm going to turn off the logo build text, which you don't need. Okay, this is our logo. This is what we're going to use. I'm just going to go back to option 1 and at the end, just to see the size of the logo, if this is the size that you're happy with. If you want this, just make this just a little bit bigger, because I know a lot of you guys like the logos really big. So basically, okay, I'm happy with the logo. Created by Ultinato slogan looks good the way it's fitted, but anyway, to edit your slogan, just double click slogan, and it's got the logo already here, so you can have a reference. You don't have to touch the logo, just change this, and just going to write here templates, okay, or AE templates. So okay, don't have to worry about changing the color of your text here, because that we can do it afterwards. So basically we've decided option 1. So basically we've decided this is the look of our logo and slogan. As for any errors you get in text types, this is a free text that I've downloaded from internet. So if you just go to Universal, if you go Google it, Universal Serif, you can download this font. It's free. If you don't want to use this text, don't worry. If it gives you an error of font, don't worry. You can use whatever font you want. And as for the logo, it's probably going to give an error because this is also another font. That's the same one. It's Universal Serif. So, excuse me. So you don't have to worry about that. I mean, if you want to use this one, just go to Google Universal Serif, download the font, and install the font like you would on any kind of font on your system. So basically we got our logo, we got our slogan the way we want it. Now, what I need to do now is, before I edit all the colors, I've got this info text here. This info text is a layer that I create. This is a composition that I've created that has all the these lines and things. I mean, you don't really have to change this, but if you want to fit it out more to fit your logo, because your logo is round or square, you can just edit, you just move these things around. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you quickly how to edit these and put them in new positions so it fits better towards your logo, because this isn't fitting right or quite well over there. So what we're going to do is go to the end here. So because some of these are animated, and as you see right in the beginning, they disappear, right? So just go right up like 26, right at the end here. Okay, we're just gonna activate only the logo, and we're gonna activate one at a time so we can put them in the right place. Okay, so this is draw one. Draw one is, if you turn that off, is just the contour. You can leave that alone. So you can turn that off. Circle two is this one, and if you want to cycle through it, you will see that it has a 360 rotation. I'm just going to move it, why not, over here next to the circle. I mean, I'm just winging it now, so some place that I think they look nice, maybe over here. Turn that off, and circle two. Circle two, as you can see, it hasn't got a closed, it's like 45 degrees. So if you press U, you'll understand why. It has a time remap. And for me to just give you a quick explanation of how this happens, I'm just going to go double click in so I can explain what's going on. This has a total rotation of 360 degrees, and it takes about, if I'm not mistaken, about 6 seconds. Let me just make sure. Yeah, about 6 seconds. So it takes 6 seconds to go the whole 360 degrees. And if you go back to this point over here, you'll see that it's only doing 1.28 seconds. So that's why it's doing only a quarter of the rotation. So what we're going to do is we're going to just move that. I'm going to find degree. But if you wanted to do a full rotation, you can just drag this and make a complete rotation. Or if you want to like just click, half of the rotation is going to be 3 seconds, full rotation is going to be 6 seconds, just 3 seconds. You see half rotation or 6 seconds, full rotation. Just press enter, just edit the number, and so, but I'm going to keep it at 1. Well, I'm actually going to put it around 2, because 2 is actually the quarter rotation. Sorry about that. That's a quarter rotation. I'm going to keep it there, and I'm going to let that go there, and circle. There's another circle here, and as you can see, it has the same system. It's press U to see the time animation. Okay, it's 128, but it actually could be 122, and the location is the same. So, but maybe I'm going to go for like a full rotation, not half rotation. So this is like a 3, 0, 0, half rotation, and I'm going to just put that there. And I'm going to scale this down a bit. So I'm just going to mess it up with there. So there is really no right way of doing this. This basically depends on what your logo looks like and what you want to do with it. So I think that one fits really nice over there. I'm actually going to make it a little bit smaller. You can just grab this and hold down the shift so it doesn't alter the dimensions. I'm actually going to scale it down over there. I think that looks better. And another circle over here. I'm just trying to mix up a little bit of the styles. Okay, we're over here, so let's go here, see what this one does now. Okay, this one does, it's close on 2, 4, I'm guessing it's like on 4, just see what this is. Oh, it's 2 seconds, so it does 2:13 seconds because I edited. But just in case you're thinking, okay, I want to fit it in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the center right in the V location. And if you're thinking how I'm scrolling around, I'm pressing the space bar for the hand, I'm dragging, and I'm using the zoom in and zoom out to get closer. So I'm just going to position that over there. But of course, I want this line to be over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this rotation tool, and I'm not going to do the Y, and I'm not going to do the X. I'm going to do the Z. As you can see, as you pass the cursor all over, it has the Z, only the Z, and I'm going to just rotate this to its position like that. And that looks fine. That's straight, because the rest of this one is defined by the time. So I'm just going to drag this down a bit. Well, this is in full, so it might take a while to preview. I'm just going to put this in quarters so we actually get a better look. And it's okay, and that's about, I think that's about it. And I'm going to go back to full quality so I can actually see exactly what I'm doing. So 4 seconds is too much. Maybe 6. Oh, sorry, that was too much. 1.3, 1.4. 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't have to be really picky about this because you don't see it very well in the final animation. Look at 9. I think it was 9. Let me just make sure. I think 9 was good. Yeah, that's good. So basically, you got the idea of how to edit these things and move them around. I'm just going to do another one here. Just trying to find a nice place where I'd have an angle. I really don't have any angles that I want to try out. Let me just try the U again. And this is like the final rotation of this one. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to go back. I'm going to to that. And this is how you do it. You just press U. And if you're here, just press this arrow. It'll take you to that keyframe. And I'm going to put 6 again, because 6 is the final with the rotation 100%. And I'm going to drag this. I'm going to press my V so I can use this one, this tool over here. I'm going to drag that, and I'm actually going to put this right in the center of my Envato leaf and scaling it down with Shift, holding down the Shift button so it doesn't distort. Just move it over again. And okay. I mean, more or less. It doesn't have to be perfect because, like I said, you don't notice this too much. Well, those are the circles. I'm just going to activate these so you can see them. And I'm going to go right at the end here so we can see them all half done. See, one's over here, the one's over there, one's over there. So that's pretty good. I'm going to do another one over here, circle number 2. Oh, sorry. Lock this if you move something that you shouldn't. Circle number 2, just move that over. I'm gonna just gonna put it in the center of E. Animation is only 4 minutes, so I'll just rotate this. You can also press the R button and rotate the Z, like I said. I'm actually just gonna put it right over here like that. And I've already got something there before, so I don't know how that's going to look. Yeah, that's a little bit too much maybe. So I'm actually going to turn this one off. I don't want to use this one. Let's turn this one off. You don't need it. And now we're going to go to circle. I've also got another circle here. And I'm just gonna keep it here. I'm just gonna move it here underneath the A. I mean, stuff always looks cool, so the circle number 2, you can just leave it somewhere else. I mean, if you wanna, I don't know, over the N, scale it down. Now that I'm messing around with this, I might as well just turn that to a 2 or a 6, I don't know. Well, I'm just messing around, just trying to create maybe a 6. Okay, well, I might just keep it around. So basically all our circles, this is what it'll look like. But don't worry, like I said, don't worry about this too much. This is just to give it a more intentional look about the design of the elements, so it kind of fits better than what it was. To turn those off. Now lines, I've got these lines. These lines, let me just turn them. These lines are the ones that they're growing with the arrow. So I'm just going to pull this a little bit down and maybe a little bit over like that. And if you have a hard time dragging it around with a mouse, you can use your arrow keys on your keyboard just to fine tune that. Line 2, turn that one off. Line 2, I'm going to pull that one up. Because we're at the end, all the animations are done. So this is basically you're going to decide where the arrow stops. Because if I wanted the arrow to stop on the T, for example, or over here, that's where it'd stop. But okay, it'll look good ending on top of the O. Then another line over here. Now this is a vertical line, so I think it'll look good over here. Now this is the most boring or more fun part of this template, depending on your point of view. I'm just going to put that one over here. I'm actually going to drag this one down a bit like that. Another one over here. This number, this is a diagonal line. Now press R for rotation, and you'll see it has a 45.4 degree. I'm actually going to rotate that a bit more. I'm going to try and find the right rotation angle of the V. Now that's about it. I'm just going to drag it up again so it kind of fits better. So that's it. And this one, it's another line, it's another rotation. You could actually just check the rotation. You've got a 66.4 rotation. We're actually going to type in 66.4. We actually have another one. Well, just put this maybe in a plus. Take away the minus, and maybe it'll go on this side. The arrowhead. Keep in mind always to know where your arrowhead is, because that's where it's going. So, and another line over here. It's another diagonal. I don't have a lot of diagonals, so I'm just going to rotate this one and about 90 degrees. So I can have another one over here. Where's my arrowhead? It's on the top right over there. So I'm just going to keep that one over there. Another arrow here. And I'm also going to put a rotation on this one. And it's going to be a minus 90, so the arrow is facing down. So I can get it over here. It's okay. And I've got these numbers. Okay, these numbers are all, I'm actually just gonna show you all these extras here. These numbers are all around everywhere, so they're random. So I'm not even gonna mess around with those. Maybe with this one. I like this one like a little bit tighter over here. But you can mess around with those too. I'm just gonna activate them all, see what's going on. Just a sec. As you can see, that's what I got now. I think it looks good. I mean, the only one that I don't like as much is probably this one, but it'll still look good in the final animation. So let's go to option 1. And by the time you get to the end of the animation, you won't see any of those those elements. So elements are really good at the beginning as the logo is drawing. So like I said, there's a lot of stuff happening, so don't be too crazy about what's going on. Got the circle here. I wouldn't worry too much about those elements. We've got the arrows, which are really cool because they're drawing right over here, and the top of the letters. The bottom of the letters are cool. And the angle that we were doing earlier on is over here, and it's going to close up over here. So that's basically what it does. So if by any chance you want to add more, as you can see, some of them you don't even see them. Depends on the animation, depends on the logo. As for the, if you want to repeat any, my suggestion is find one that you like and Command D or Control D, depending on what operating system you're using. If I like the circle number 2, activate the logo so you know what you're doing. Just Control D and just move it over somewhere that you like. Okay, I'm going to delete that. Don't forget to. This one isolates. This one is the only one being seen, and then this one is, these two are the only ones being seen. But if you have them all off, all the eyes are working. So that's how it works. As for editing the rest of your project, as you can see, it's all happening automatically already. As for editing the color in your project, well, background color is inner color and outer color. So this background has a gradient from a light color to a darker color. I'm actually going to use really weird colors so you can actually see the difference. This should go to completely blue, and I'm going to use a red so we can know what we do. Pink, so you know what's going on. So you can change those colors as you feel fit. I'm going to put those back. Background color is this white background right at the end here. So if you want to change this to something else, like a blue or whatever, changes that color. So that's pretty simple. Control Z. And slogan color right over here is, you can take this and just change this into, that's where your color, your text for the slogan works. And 3D logo side color. Well, 3D logo side color is actually the color of the 3D logo itself, which is over here. I'm going to use a really crazy red. So this should go all red except for this one. Okay. And this is the 3D logo top color, which is this edge over here. You can change that to whatever color you want. So I'm going to go back, leave those alone. Info text color is like the info text that I've got. You can change that to pink. All those elements that we've been changing, the text and numbers, you can change those colors to whatever color you want. Plan color is these background, it's like the architect plans, and you can change that to, I'm just going to show that, red. You can see it's done over there. And band stripes color is, we have these stripes over here and the background color. Band stripes color are, these are the stripes themselves over there, and that is the background color of this bar over here. So that's what it is. Glass color. When the glass comes in, it's on this template, it works pretty well because it's a neutral white. Well, hold on just a sec, I've got to see where it comes in. Not this one, but this one over here. Trying to figure out the spot. It's about here, 11 seconds, I think, or about 10 something. It's actually this color over here. Okay, it's this color over here. If you want to change that to another color because you're changing your logo, or your logo has another color and you think it'll look good, so you can change that. Vignette frame color, the color of the frame that around here, you can barely see it because it's really light, but if I use a really strong color, you're going to see it. As you can see, there it is. You can change that. The vignette opacity is how strong you want that color to be. I'm going to just put that in red again. And you can decide you want this like at 20%, enter, and it's a little bit lower. And flare intensity is this flare that we got over here. It's 20%, 27, but you can put this at 100, and you'll see how really strong it is. So you can change the intensity for that if you want. And the flare color change, now it is, I'm just going to put a isolate this way. So that's the color, but if you want to rotate this a bit, you can actually change the color of this to turn that off again, and you get these kinds of flares. Keep in mind, once again, in option 2, you don't have all the color changes because they're in option 1. If you want to change the colors in option 2, go back to option 1 and change them like how I've changed them, except for the vignettes and the flares that I just changed in option 1. Those you'll have to do here yourself because I have to see how they're affecting option 2. Well, basically, this is all that you can do with this template. Thank you once again for buying my work. And please don't forget to rate it. And if you have any problem or any suggestions or any questions, please message me through my Video Hive message box. I forgot to talk about the audio. I used 4 songs for the previews. I've learned that people basically use whatever song they want. But I do have a link to those songs on the description on the page of this template. So if you want to download those songs, feel free. They're really good. The authors are really good. And as for rendering, of course, this doesn't include a render option here. Whatever option you want, you just composition, add to render queue. I usually choose QuickTime, and I usually choose 264 because of the size of the format, whatever. And don't forget to, if you use audio, don't forget to add your audio output. Okay, add your audio here or render it without audio and add audio in some other editing program, whatever makes you feel happy. So thank you once again. I hope this template was good for you. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you once again.